Don't forget to pound that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Okay, everybody, welcome to Rusty Hammer Forge. We are in the shop today doing Christmas gifts, and right down there you'll see our Rusty Hammer Forge merchandise here. If you go to Rusty Hammer Forge, click either on the Shop Now button, or at the very top of the page you can see the banner that says Get Your Rusty Hammer Forge merchandise here. Click on that. It'll take you to my Bonfire online store for t-shirts, coffee mugs, and hats. So, but today we're doing Christmas gifts, and we're going to be looking for a pretty simple thing of doing. And so right there, you're going to see we're doing penny scroll hooks. And this is what we're making. This is a penny scroll hook. So this is the penny scroll hook. So that's what we're doing. This is about maybe 1/4 inch, 3/8 stock. I didn't measure it. Just eyeballing it. You can use smaller, you can use bigger. Depending, you can use railroad spikes and upset that the head part into the ball. You'll see here in a minute what I'm talking about, and make your penny scroll hooks. These are great gifts. Just a hook in general is a great gift. So if you're hunting for ideas for gifts and you have a little bit of know-how in blacksmithing, this is what you can do, and this is what you're going to learn how to do. So without further ado, let's go stick some stock in the forge and get started. All right, so we got a fresh piece, fresh end and everything. So what we're going to do is we are going to take our corners, we're going to round our corners. You don't have to use a small hammer to do this, but it does help. Just going to knock down the hard corners on this. Kind of upset them back into themselves, into the parent material, the parent stock. So we don't have any hard edges, hard corners right on our upset end. Nice little upset piece. All right. This next heat we're going to take, put it in the vise. We're going to bend a 90 into it. We're going to take about 2 inches of steel, give or take. Doesn't have to be a perfect 90. Now, this next heat, we want to bolster this area here at the 90. So we're gonna heat this up. We're gonna clench this in and keep this corner hot so it upsets into the corner first. Like I said, I'm gonna cool that top off. Now we're gonna upset that hot spot back into it. Going to get a really thick table to work against. Pull that down a little bit. All right. Now that we have a slightly thicker corner here, and almost a right angle, we're going to start upsetting this piece right here. Doesn't have to be very hot. Gotta constantly make sure you're coming straight down into it. You readjust your knife again. Have that come over, so we're going to put a little angle on it towards the center. We're going to continue upsetting that back in on itself. Working that, trying to keep it away from lapping over. Basically creating a ball on it. This is the easiest way to do this. There's other ways to do this, but this is, in my opinion, the easiest way to get a nice heavy upset on the end and create this little ball of material to work with. It doesn't look like much right now. Just kind of taking down my hard edges there. Once I start to roll this up and upset it from this way, you get a nice penny medallion out of it. Which is what we're going to do next. Edges, down on the top of it. You need to work that upset. Work it back down into itself. Start getting this scroll look to it. Really heavy scroll. Nice and controlled here. I have a really hard corner over here on the cutting table. Run that into that hard corner. square as possible. We're pretty much done with that scroll. I mean, it's pretty clean. There's a few little areas on it that are kind of have some hard edges on it, which we can take out just by planishing it back. We're going to move on to the next part here, which is making a hook out of it. We're going to come over the horn right here and bend it back that way around the horn. So the big part of the horn here, we want these to be good sized hooks. So doing some straightening here. I want to make sure that everything's good to go. Next part, we're going to cut it right there. So essentially the hook is done. We're going to put a few fasteners on here. I could do one. Might just do one. But we're going to need to stamp it too. So I'm going to need to draw this out pretty long. How we're going to do that, I don't like normal. It's not that I don't like them. I don't normally do my my upsets like this. But I'm going to come over here and we're going to upset, the hook down, and create a step here. I don't normally do that, but we're going to do it for this one, for these. And we're going to take about an inch of that steel and flatten it out, and widen it out. So we'll have a screw, and then right below the screw will be our maker's mark. Okay, here we go. It's going to hang a little bit over, about an inch. create a step there. Really widen this out. Make sure nice and straight. Yes, sit flat and push. The rest of it can probably be done on the hook side. I'm just straightening it out, making sure it all lines up nice and straight. Now, that is what it looks like. Now we need to heat it up one more time, get a smaller hammer, and work on our upset piece here, and make sure it's just nice and pretty and square. I don't want this super hot. I'm just gonna square this up. All I'm doing. Sits the way it's supposed to sit, nice and flat. It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, it's handmade, so being a little bit oddball is okay. We're going to stamp it, then center punch it. The stamp. Just set that up here like that. Come in here. Put our stamp right there. Here and we'll center punch this. Right like that. It's still hot. I'm going to stick it over here in our oil. Let that burn off. It kind of conditions it. Beeswax does the same thing. Beeswax turns it kind of black. The oil will help condition it. We're going to get there is our penny scroll wall hook. These are great ideas if you're a smith or getting into smithing. It's a great practice in technique, form, function. Helps you work on your hammer technique. Helps you get your brain thinking about form and function. And could this be better? By all means, yes. this scroll could be way round and have a lot more upset into it, so that you're creating this ball on the top of your piece and then rounding it over. This is just one way to do this. One way. It looks good. It's not too bad. You know, you get a little bit of that. You can see that scroll line in there. It's just a really good, elegant piece. So there it is. Here's your guys' Christmas gifts that you can do in no time at all. Is make everybody a bunch of hooks, and people love them. They'll use them every time they look at them. They'll remember who they got it from, and it's just a really good Christmas gift. So there it is, folks.